Welcome back to Workers and Resources. Let's see if we can get this traffic issue resolved by making a bypass road for the intersection. Basically, the right-hand turning will not be a thing anymore here. So we'll make this a one-way road, and it should allow every vehicle to basically get to the oil refinery, which is I think where they are trying to go. It should be quick to construct with our asphalt and gravel available on site very closely. Our refinery is working quite quickly, and it looks like we now have our capacity. So let's say if we have 100 workers allowed here, we refine as much as we produce, a little bit more even. We will have to lower that once we have our power plant in place, but that's for the future. Right now the situation is we need to make sure that we earn enough money. We have a loan that we are paying monthly, and it's quite a lot. We did take out a large loan, but I think come next year this issue will be resolved, because I will probably take out a loan in US currency, multiple, buy a bunch of nuclear fuel and shift that over. I just want to get my one bus upgraded to the best bus. The other thing we could do is we could make a tram line going to the oil refinery. It would still abide by the no buses rule, but it is public transportation, so am I willing to make that sacrifice? You really need to stop bringing workers here. You're like preventing any work from being done. Just let the machines do their thing. Just go do something else. Alright. Once we reach the end, then yes, workers can be brought here to flatten it, but it's not important. And the university will be a very welcome addition, because we are running out of university educated people, and that is going to have a detrimental effect on our nation. I'm going to switch this back to priority roads for now, because they want to do right-hand turns, these want to do left-hand turns, and the cars coming from the right side are not that important to me right now. Just want to get all this traffic out of here, if possible. We can make this 2 one-way roads, and then we're fine. Water deliveries maybe should get priority here to get onto the road. There's not a lot of them coming out here, so I think this is acceptable to make the technical service be allowed to leave first. It should be fine. Once the university is in place, I will probably get a bunch of university-educated people, or I might finish this building. One of the two. Or I guess I could get foreign workers working in the university until we have our own highly educated people back. Once the road is done, I can also check the walking distances along this road, where we most likely we'll have to make a footpath going through here. Them having to walk over the bridge and then along this road is a little bit of a detour. Alright, looks like the road is now in place. I'll make this a thing and turn this back into a junction with traffic lights. 1, 3, and then 5, please. Can I make it so I open 2 of them at the same time? I don't think so. We'll try traffic lights. With the bypass, it's probably going to be enough. Oh yeah, and traffic priority is the main road. Thank you. The people skipping the corner will have to wait a little bit. Now they're only lining up to the left-hand turn all the way back there, which is unfortunate. But I guess it's okay. We do have a very long road. Should be fine. Was there low health for one of our residential buildings right now? 90%, 90 and 89? No, it was a different one. I clicked the message away that said low health and I thought it was one of these large residential buildings, but it probably was a different graphic. Okay, we have road access. We can reach both buildings down here, but not the residential building up here, so let's put the footpath in place. And I think it will just be a connection to that parking lot. So we can't use any of these roads. I guess I can make a footpath connection here. I probably can find a way to get over this road in a very cheesy way, but we don't need to. They can walk out here and get there. I'll make this a thing. That will be university access for all of our residential buildings. They have a little bit of a long walk here, but it is still okay. No halls of residences yet. What did I mess up here? You're on the block, blocking both of them. You're on the intersection. Once you're done there, it'll be fine again. This isn't really important right now, but I'll let you continue. And we will also pause these ones, so we get the connection to the gravel. Our train is ready to run. Just need the rail line to be finished and signaled up. And I guess I should build this rail track to the point where there is a crossover and we can continue building from this side. I wish I could see this. Alright. 40 meters into more signals. Then we'll build that and stop construction here, I guess. Yes, that should be good enough. The other length of the track right here doesn't have a crossover. I don't know if I should also make one here. I'll probably leave this open as a double track for now. No, I'm also going to make a crossover here. Once the trains have built this section, I will make another crossover here. Then we can signal it correctly on both double lanes all the way here. And the train will be able to run while further future construction will happen. Okay, no more issues with coal. The money we get per train delivery is quite nice. I hope once we provide more parking lots here, this will be more consistent. Right now we are mostly waiting on the bus to bring, our singular bus to bring workers here. I guess we should limit the amount of workers walking directly into this construction site. Because they are not going to the oil refinery right now. And in regards to the town, the village here, the second bypass loop has been done. There are people still moving here. I wonder if it is people visiting the church, I guess, from like our area. They're driving here to visit the church, visiting the ghost town. One person moved in here. It's a university educated person. Decent happiness. They're currently trying to drive back. They have about 5 hours to do so. Should be possible. They're not that slow. So they fulfilled all of their demands: food, meat, culture. And now they're going back to live in this village. No children here yet. No children to be taught. Okay, that is a low loyalty warning in our buildings. 24% is quite low. I think we don't have enough cars to give to everyone to keep that loyalty high. That one reaches all of these buildings. Tiny University will be removed as soon as this one comes online. You also are dropping loyalty. Well, we do have a secret police now. What is your range? You cannot reach the village, so it looks like it's 2 kilometers, probably. You can go very far that way. That looks way further. I guess it's the problem with the whole loop setup. 1, 2, it might be 3 kilometers. It's probably 3, yeah. But that's okay. They're not supposed to go into the village. We're not going to make highly educated people live there. That's the place for the commercial district. So we will keep loyalty high in here. And hopefully get some students that we can boost in their loyalty. 20% minimum. Probably have to spend a bunch of money to get some more. You can also reach the last building. Maybe we're just going to finish that one and draw a lot of people still living in the Republic into this building. I think that's going to be sufficient. What are you doing? Going straight on the right-hand lane. That's not good. I wish you would line up to the left. Because you're blocking all the traffic trying to turn right, but I guess that's how it is. It does work somewhat. We could also let them through here, but I don't want this to become a normal thing. Or do I? No. Not yet, at least. 100,000 rubles per train. Seems okay. Refining is happening at a very slow rate. A lot of people are going elsewhere right now. I guess a lot of people are waiting here to go to work somewhere, and they can't because they don't have a vehicle. Let's fill these up with cars. It's going to be a lot more traffic. Let's see if it will work. And we also need the parking lots, of course. Walking distances are fine. Commercial district bus platform. Yes. You are assigned to the correct one. So we will get the rest of the parking lots built. A lot of the people going to the oil refinery can also walk over and build these new parking lots. That's another reason why work and the oil refinery is a little bit slow right now. And some of the parking spaces, parking lots can also reach the asphalt and concrete plant. Just in case. Once we finish this segment, I can put down the crossing. Otherwise it would interrupt the train right now. And then we are prepared to basically continue building in this area. I guess I will let you run. Should really have the crossing over here, but I'll have both of them on this side, it's fine. Gravel delivery speed is still slow, but we are going to solve that in a bit. It's not going to take much longer. Now we need more people going here, working here. We are getting construction materials. Lots of concrete missing. We'll wait until we have most of the construction materials there and then increase the amount. I should probably also continue building this to get a decent chunk of university educated people ready to move in. 5 people. Let's see if we get all the road cranes we need. Might all be busy already. We don't have any here. Let's get these parking lots assigned. And all of these. The road cranes might be a bit too far away to assign themselves correctly. But they should be on their way now. Yes, now they're moving. That will speed up the remainder of this construction. Ah, this one's already done. That is fine. But the other ones will benefit from that. So they might send the road cranes here now. And all 4 of them are moving to this residential building. Good. I will let more people go into this construction site and hope that the resource deliveries can keep up. And once that one is done, we will finish this residential building and run the university as much as we need to, so we get higher educated workers again. I don't want to manually look for highly educated workers and relocate them. That strikes me as a pretty tedious thing to do. So we hope opening a new residential block pulls enough highly educated workers in. It's interesting that we have some of them living over there now. You are living here. So I guess people are now moving in here and dealing with things. They will become more religious again as they start moving in, but this is a livable place for now. And yeah, the university and this residential building are the last large construction projects we have scheduled right now. Why is the red train, or red EDK train, not moving? Well, that would explain it. These are also not urgent, but I guess they can be built. Traffic is slow, but seems to be working. Can I make this intersection work in a way where there would be less of a traffic jam? I'm thinking maybe a roundabout kind of thing. Although changing things right now would be kind of brutal on the traffic, wouldn't it? Not sure how we would do that. I guess it would cause a bunch of unemployment, but still, we could route them over like the bridge as a stopgap solution, or get rid of the old bus platform and route them through here. Make this a roundabout. I wish I could force them onto the left-hand side. Then there would be space for the right-hand side to accept all of the people wanting to turn right, so there would be more people ready and waiting to cross over the intersection once it turns green. There's one, there's one. I guess there are still a lot of them trying. Okay, that one didn't blink. Never mind. Looks like concrete deliveries are not fast enough. Not all of them are moving. And we don't have any gravel. Well, that explains it. I would like this to not finish until we have the university. Otherwise we might get all the highly educated people moving in, and then they get annoyed for some reason because they're unemployed. The university is going to be a large scale employment building to accept all of these new workers. 340 workers divided by 3, so about 110-ish. 113. I think the university can make that work. We are almost connected. And then we have enough gravel to supply the concrete plant with material to build, to finish our construction sites. Yeah, these corners are a little bit too close. It doesn't seem to work the way I thought it would. Maybe if I make a second dedicated lane that only goes here, from here, something like this. Doesn't allow me to snap them. Oh, I know why. There's a signal in the way. I need to get those signals out of the way, I guess. I thought that would solve it. Apparently not. Yeah, this is not the way this is supposed to work. But we make this longer and allow them to merge here, the waiting space would be a bit larger. But they would still all try to go into the left-hand lane, I guess. Even though if they are going this way, they want to go back to the right-hand lane. It's a little bit confusing. We'll leave it for now. Put the road signals back. Yes, build these first, I guess. Let me grab the rail construction office. And get these built, they're important. And you're building that corner, fine. Well, we'll have our connection soon. Loyalty is still an issue. Sport, pub. Population is increasing, 240 now, we were like sub 220. That one is still trying to keep going. Too many criminals, that's probably the village. Yeah, concrete is the issue. All current construction woes will be solved once we have these connections ready. I wonder if people will start moving in here again en masse. We have 40% more than we can sustain with the heat exchanger. But that's not a problem actually. Because the buildings themselves can heat themselves. I do wonder if I can like choose priority for the heating to go into the buildings that can't get heating otherwise. I think it's going to balance itself out between all buildings, And then once the residential buildings become cold enough, they start heating themselves, leaving more heating capacity for the government buildings, I would imagine. Maybe that's how it works. Guess we're gonna find out. Both construction trains are moving back, indicating to me that they will start building these next. And we might finish both of them in one go. But they'll probably pick a very weird route through the diamond here, so let's pause that. So they go build these lanes in a straight line. There's a ton of cars on the road. We don't have any gas station in this area except for the free one, and I probably need to change that. I should just remove it and make them use the gas station we have in the roundabout. That'll be for the best. I guess we also need the train connection for cement deliveries. We're going to use a lot of that if we keep up construction speed. But then again, this is like the last few construction projects right now that need concrete, so maybe not. Eventually, yes, but not right now. Right now I need to see if we can get our finances in order. Almost all parking lots are in place. They are all in range of the refinery. And they can all reach the concrete plant, not the asphalt plant though. Only one can. That's fine. We have dedicated parking lots down here. Heating plant stop production. I guess it's too warm. It's autumn and it's 27 degrees. I was worried there. Well, do your thing. It's gonna take a bit, but we're almost there. Do we have a vehicle that travels towards town from up here? I guess like a car with like workers. If one of these would start driving, we could follow it into town from the first person perspective. We might not have enough workers on the platform right now. Oh no, we do. Come on, start moving. Doesn't want to move. I guess once we get some concrete delivered, they'll probably start moving. Then we'll follow the route all the way into town. I want to see what it looks like going along the road in first person. First trip is going to be across just a double lane road under construction between two small hills, and then going into the industrial area, passing that, going into the commercial district. Looks like we had a little bit of gravel delivered, so one of the mixers is bringing a tiny amount of concrete. And that might trigger an avalanche of workers going to the construction site. Hopefully it'll finish its trip. But that's all we need to... Like, hopefully the personal car will finish its trip. There we go, we're following you. And I'm going to take a drink and I will be back in a short bit. What the hell is that noise? That was weird. Anyway. I guess it's just the car. It makes some strange noises. Heating plant is on fire. Now that's going to be a test of our helicopters. I think we are going to be fine. I'm going to be really sad if this thing burns down because it's going to be a problem. We're going to keep watching the road vehicle. Didn't really need that. Sorry for jumping around, but all priorities. Doesn't look oh, it is extinguished. Whew. Okay. The helicopters were enough. Alright, I think that's quite the long and loud travel. That'll be sufficient. Well, I'm glad that the heating plant got extinguished and the helicopters were enough to do so. It looked worrying when all the helicopters were flying back. There was still smoke coming out of it. But it was just a little bit delayed. Okay. Now, will you finish construction all the way? It looks like you might. And then we can send out the distribution office to send you some goodies. Speed up any construction project in the future. And unassign the distribution offices to bring gravel there. I'll probably get 5 more cars. Why not? Make another delivery to the distribution office, please. Then we have 10 cars. 2 trains in there. The minimum size should be 3 wagons. 155 meters. Destination building. Once we assign it, we'll set it to, I think, 60%? Maybe 80. Well, it's almost time to assign it. It'll take a while to load at the customs house, so even while this rail construction is ongoing, we can already send it out. I hope we finish this. It's close. It doesn't have any resources anymore on its wagon. Might need to do the second construction project run, but it's gonna be a short one. I hope it doesn't. It finished. That means we can now unload gravel into here. I'll set it to 80%. 10% would be 87. So 170 less. Seems okay. Okay. Gravel deliveries will speed up now. We'll unassign the distribution offices once the first delivery gets made. The train took all cars. That's okay. And the other thing we will have to build is this crossing. I might have to stop the rail construction office soon again. I'm gonna drop a free vehicle depot down, because we are using the other one a little bit. So we can move the personal vehicles in there once we are ready to suspend future construction. Just gotta wait for the gravel to get here, and then all concrete woes will be resolved. But the train is probably going to wait a bit until the other construction train finishes. Another first person session. Let's fast forward. Yeah, and now we have to wait for the construction train to finish its job. Free up the area. Shouldn't be too long. And then maybe I can assign those to do the other construction tasks already as well. depending on how fast we do future constructions, the cement thing might become an issue quite quickly. But money is the main thing right now to worry about. No more gravel deliveries needed, I would say. Distribution officers have been relieved of their duty. And university is also done. So, we will restart construction of the residential building. And hopefully get enough professors to make this a thing. This accepts 150 workers, times 3 is 450, which would be enough to take all of the unemployed people together. So, definitely enough capacity to provide workspaces here. We will limit it to like 300. So, we still want people going to the refinery, of course. And this will fill pretty much instantly. We did get 41 highly educated workers. And yes, they arrive here with complaints, school, kindergarten, etc. We might need another kindergarten. I will have to limit this to a lower amount so the professors also go into the school and teach our children. And we will probably have to place a second kindergarten in this area. Could place one right next to the bus stop. This area has a lot of space to build things. That also means the tiny university is obsolete. We'll get rid of that. And we'll try to get some highly educated workers residing here for the foreseeable future. Lots of unemployment. Am I going to make another parking lot here? Am I going to build a roundabout here with a parking lot? Remove this road, make more parking spaces here, and then have a roundabout here with the connection for the parking spaces. looks much smoother than the other one. Let's see. Probably a... no, it should be a pretty large one. This doesn't look correct. This looks wonky to me. It looks like it's becoming larger and larger. Anyway, let's try again. No. Can I make a roundabout without anything? No, it has to have a connection. I guess that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make 4 straight lines indicating like the edges, and then hook those up to corners. That'll work. Okay. And those will hook up to roads. I don't know how I can put those in centered, but it's okay. Like that. I disabled the snapping of the roads, so I can use everything pretty well aligned. Let's remove that and make it the same length if possible. And that will be connected to this road. I don't really need this exit, do I? I guess I will leave it if something has to go through here. Might even make a tunnel or something work. Train waiting too long. I think that was still from the construction. So we have this exiting into the parking lot area, this going here. At least that's the plan. I really want this to be a nice curve, but that's not going to happen. I guess I might be able to rebuild this later on. Am I really going to make a bypass road for all of our personal traffic? I don't even know if the personal vehicles are like affected by road quality. guess we're gonna get some traffic through here. Build this, then we can tear down this road. I will get rid of this bus platform now. I wanted to leave it to see what people are lacking, but it's mostly praying, nothing else. A lot of people that have moved into the new building are going to have an issue with no church in this area. Oh, there's still a road there, right. And this will become a parking lot for more people, I guess. And hopefully the roundabout can handle that. Let's assign every construction project. I guess it auto-assigned itself to road construction, that's fine. And we can use that to start building from this area. Don't have to wait on that. And I guess I'll remove that and put in another dirt road here. Once we have this set up in place, I think this will be very good traffic-wise because it's only right-hand turns. To enter the roundabout it's a right-hand turn, to leave it is a right-hand turn. Hopefully this will be smooth. This intersection is bothering me, but it is what it is. Decent chunk of people working in the oil refinery. And I think they would do that even without the singular bus occasionally sometimes bringing people here. As a matter of fact, we could try and make that a test. But I should wait. I don't have enough parking lots yet. Since we have about 1,000 people living here, and each parking lot takes 30, 28, something like that. 28. I am going to tap out and put 1,000 divided by 28 into a calculator. That gives me 35.7. So we need 36 parking lots if everyone should be able to get to work by car. Now that's not the case. A lot of them are working in the area. Let's actually start with like loyalty. Let's get the few loyal people we have assigned to our education system. And the other ones can work in the medical field. I thought we had enough. Let's start with 20%. That should be doable, right? And let's get our students to also have government loyalty requirement of 20. So we can start boosting things over time. Happiness is low. Yeah. It's always happiness and loyalty and everything. Looks like we built everything. Our rail construction should be put on hold for now, saving us a little bit of money. I didn't even use line spacing here. We'll send everyone back to the depot. We don't have any ongoing construction projects, so turn that off. I guess we can leave it on. No one will get there. The next project for the rail construction office would probably be like a way for domestic workforce to get to the rail construction office. But the rail line is pretty long. I would have like a separate passenger platform in this area to move them over here to the rail construction office back and forth with a singular train. Another thing I can put in place here is like a technical service. A proper technical service. Maybe more services hooked up to this area. I also need to plan out, before I forget, the connection for the train to supply food and other goods to the warehouse. And also the coal supply. We need another aggregate unloading facility here. Unless I use this one and just bring it there with conveyor belts. I think that might be a neat concept. I'm going to do that. I'm going to reuse this aggregate unloading facility. And I'll drop down a storage just for coal. And then we'll just carry it all the way by conveyor belts along the rail track and then into the storage next to the heating plant. And this coal will also be available for other tasks, basically. We connect it directly to the unloading platform. But we need to make sure that we prevent it from being filled with gravel. Oh yeah, we had 6 of you. Sell both of you. It's fine. We need to prevent it from being filled with gravel, is what I said. So we'll pause this conveyor belt until the building is done and then set what it should hold and then finish building it. And we need a bunch of conveyors. Probably not too many, but we need to get into this platform. I do want to use splitting towers, so these ones, because I think some other facilities might pick up coal. And we want to make these as long as possible, basically. Maybe slightly follow the rail track. Can the rail track be built underneath? Yes, it can. Good. That's all we need to know. I like these elevated engine transfers, they're so useful. And we need to cross over here again. Can we make this work? Probably. Now the road connections could be annoying if I make them all face inwards. We'll see. There we go. It's only slightly wonky. Because it needs to be that way. Unless I start drawing from this side and... It can be slightly wonky. Or it can be like that, and that one also works. No wonkiness allowed. Straight lines. There we go. All of these will need electricity. And this is just a maintenance road, so... Not sure how we are going to limit that. Maybe a traffic sign for no personal vehicles. I don't know. We'll see. And that will supply coal via the same unloading platform. It's a little bit excessive, but that's what we are here for. Then we can basically get rid of the distribution offices once everything is in place and working. We don't have criminality issues in here, right? 3%, 1%, 2%. It is starting to become an issue, let's put it that way. Loyalty, criminality in a village house, that's fine. Alright. You reach these two. And we need one in here to reach these four. And that would be it. So we need one substation here. That would be fine. Even allows the train to go by. Get all of that built. Now that's a vanity project kind of thing. That is not something that is super important right now. But it will save us money once it's up, because having all of these vehicles running on fuel takes more than a train pulling a huge load of coal into here, I think. Does the passing track go through here as well? No, it does not. Oh, that's an issue. But we can resolve that by just moving the train track a little bit to the right and probably fitting that in here. might have to split it up anyway, because there's not enough room to fit all 4 of them under one of these. Yep. Even 2 of them are struggling right now. We could also just ignore all of this and go to the right of it and just... That's probably what we're going to do. Once we have like the idea of connecting the village with a train, we'll do that. And the other side is gonna go towards this area, and we might have another passenger platform in that location. So they can travel at most 2.5 kilometers by car, and they get 4 hours to do it. So traffic jams seem to be like expected, kinda. There's gonna be a lot more parking lots in this area. Like this whole section, parking lots. Maybe 1 more residential building. However, each residential building needs like 10 more parking lots at least. I don't know if we can do that. First up, this whole area is gonna turn into parking lots, I think. And the access for those parking lots will be on the roundabout. Things are still moving relatively smoothly. But there's a huge potential for like a gridlock if something messes up with the traffic situation. I also need to get the police involved. That's probably something for over here, a police and a courthouse. Now, there might be people from these 2 residential buildings working in the secret police for the fact that they can take a car and drive there and work. We should lower the loyalty requirement a bit. 20%. Increase the amount of people being allowed to work here, because more university educated people is good for us. But it's also supposed to boost our loyalty. I think I'm going to speed this whole construction project up a little bit. I am short on money again, but when has that stopped me? We're just gonna go and hook up some of these to dirt roads so they can drive here faster. We can remove them later on again. Once the roundabout is done, they can access all of these as well. I really wish I could turn off loyalty and happiness messages about this village. Maybe I should just bulldoze it and not worry about it. I mean, they are decently happy. They got most of their food. Where are they going? Driving back home. Weren't able to get something, but also we have someone living here going to school. A single student. We'll leave it be. Maybe it will fill up again. Definitely have to consider having like a small police station in there. But yeah, the police station topic is a thing. I would like this to be on like this access for the secret police makes sense that it is only limited to this area. Because if they were driving around the village and putting like installing equipment, monitoring equipment in each individual building, that would be painful. We don't have the capacity for that. But the police might have to. But I think it's gonna get a dedicated police station, so we'll also put the police station up here. And it will be a large one, because why not? Direct heating access from the heating plant. And regarding courthouse, we'll have to see. Courthouse could be down here or next to the university. I might have to make another residential building up there. I do want people to move here and work here by car from a different area. So I kind of want this town to fill up with people again and go places with a vehicle. Right now they're just driving here to visit like the church, I think, and the school. So they're sending university educated people into the school. And then we still had some people living up here who aren't faced by anything yet. Who are very happy that we're providing them water and sewage treatment and electricity, but who are not doing anything yet, so... There's a few children here, I mean... Maybe I can relocate those people that are causing crime to the village. 1%, 2%. It's not in here, it's some of the village... I was just about to say some of the village people. Some of the buildings in the village have a criminality issue. Okay, you have low happiness. You have no criminality issue. You say low happiness and it's 49%. Come on. You have an issue with culture. But food and praying was like You're very happy, you're just trying to go places. You're coming back home right now. I hope they can implement a way for these to car share. 1 car per person is kind of ridiculous. At least for leisure activities, I think. No, at least for working activities. Leisure activities I can see like 1 person going somewhere else. But working, maybe they can make it behave in a way where they will share activities. Road depot. I should free up this area at some point. I should also maybe put in a fire station closer to this area. It can be with, like I can have a fire station right on the heating plant and people will work there because they can drive there by car. And having some fire trucks is a good thing. Which will also probably reach some of the village. Let's check the fire truck range. That should be the yellow lines on the roads. The green buildings themselves are like helicopter range, which extend much further, but yeah, the roads go pretty far. So we'll have a fire station here. And maybe 1 or 2 more parking lots just because. We're refining more than we are pumping out, which is okay. How's the roundabout going? Almost done. Two and 1 need to be priority roads. The other one will be a one-way road. Okay, criminals. Village house. 41% with 2 people. 182 and 10. I don't know what you're doing, but maybe you're responsible for this village not having any people living in it anymore. I should relocate you into a building that is like very far somewhere, very far off. It doesn't have access to anything. Okay. Seems like the amount of professors is slightly increasing. Once we reach like a full consistent amount of professors in here, I can start increasing the loyalty requirements. We dropped down to 41% loyalty, which isn't ideal. But yeah, probably one more residential building and a bunch of parking lots. Mostly parking lots. Maybe the residential building is going to go here. And this is all going to be parking lots. From a footpath perspective, this is 300 meters. So if we have a residential building here, they would all be able to walk to all parking lots. So we'll have to make that work. And they all need to connect to this road connection. And I can't start doing things like draw the road out and then start merging like parking lots in here already. It needs to be a long enough road where people getting off of the roundabout do not block any traffic, and people getting onto have enough space to line up on. There might even be a what's it called, a cul-de-sac at the end. So this goes here, loops around and drives back here. So we don't have a dead end. And then it all will become a one-way kind of thing. Not yet planned. You're all waiting on gravel. All of our dump trucks are busy. We are building a lot of road right now. Water trucks and sewage trucks are barely busy, so water supply to our town is fine. Even though it's kind of far away with the customs house. But the buildings have an internal storage, so it's fine. At least for a little bit. I still need to hook up the substation. Now, the engine transfers use 100 kilowatts per. We have 4 of them, so 0.5 would be enough. But there's going to be other buildings here, so we're just going to hook up the largest underground wire that we have. And it's okay. And probably also go underground a little bit to not interfere with any future building construction in this area. No, that's ugly. That's also kinda ugly. Is that really how it is? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's not ugly then. That's how it should be. Perspective tricked me and made it look like this is not how it should be. I guess I guess the way where it goes a little bit underground makes it look like it's off, not off center, but off grid. Done. Do we have road cranes here? No. We should. Maybe they get here once we have the mechanical components. So far this run has been more of a success than I expected it to be. I thought this was going to fail in like huge traffic issues. And granted, we do have traffic issues, but not huge ones. We do have a main intersection that causes us problems. We reduced it a little bit by allowing cars to turn right if they want to. I wish I could force them to use the left-hand lane if they want to turn left already. I guess another thing that could be useful is like traffic lights for driving designating which way you want to go. So a traffic light for going straight versus a traffic light for doing a right-hand turn. Or like a turning right is always green. But you have to stop first. And let other cars by if they are there. That could be very complicated to code, of course. Maybe we should hook this up to the road as well. That could be useful for building it. And that one. The road has finished. Looks like the roundabout is all done. So traffic would now be able to go through here. And we are going to test that by disabling traffic going the other lane. I'm not going to bulldoze anything, we're just going to test and see if it works. Or if we run into other issues that I can't foresee right now. I would really like to make this intersection look way nicer. We might have to plop down a dirt road, remove all of this and make this look pretty. But first we have to see if we can make this run without this road up here. And the same thing with this intersection basically. It's a bit wonky. Would need to straighten that out. That would be a quick construction project. This shouldn't really change anything except we're going through the roundabout. It's basically still two roads, except driving through the roundabout. There's no intersection yet. We're almost done with the aggregate storage. Just gotta wait for 2 more deliveries of resources. Once we have the coal hooked up via engine transfers, we're going to get rid of these distribution offices. And it should be fine. Steel and mechanical components. We really need a distribution office with some covered hull trucks. That is like the thing we don't have. I am going to sell a bunch of these. Might sell all of them. Okay, not gonna sell all of them. 5 excavators for 3 trucks, plus some covered hull trucks. $5 tons versus 4.5, 8,200 versus 9,000. I don't know, I like these. I like the look of these historically, I guess. We're gonna use those and assign mechanical and electronic components to be picked up from the customs house. A distribution office closer to the customs, not a distribution office, but a construction office closer to the customs house would be better suited for that. But once we have a train platform unloading resources in here in this area, steel, bricks, prefab panels, boards, we might as well drop down a warehouse to store mechanical and electronic components, and then they will be closer. Plus we barely use them. This whole setup will also make it possible for us to start building our own bricks, basically. So we could have a brick factory, which I think I remember only uses coal. Yeah, brick factory. Input 33 tons of coal, making a ton of bricks. Just have it next to the oil refinery and draw coal from one of these conveyor belts and you're done. You have your own brick supply. I guess we're now going to the point where we are going to make the rest of the construction industry, minus probably the steel. The steel requires iron ore and coal ore. Coal ore would be nice, because then we could make our own coal and bring that by train into here. But running mines with like parking lots is maybe overkill? I don't know. So it seems like the roundabout is working. I don't see any traffic issues here. We are going to remove the large road. I would really like to smoothen out this corner. And that one. I think that's what we are going to do. So we're going to make a bypass road. And yes, it will be dirt based. Vehicles come in here, drive here, and those come in here, drive out here. And now we're going to remove this up until here. And here. Since those are personal vehicles, they shouldn't really have an issue with doing things a little bit differently for a while. I need to pause because oh no, that works, okay. Never mind. I wasn't able to connect it directly, but drawing from it worked. Now, I also need to change access to this area to not be a one-way road for now. So construction vehicles can get to both of these. And the same thing will happen here. This will be made smooth, but only after we finish this construction. It is early in the year. Winter shouldn't become an issue. And the other thing we can now plan out is the bus stop not the bus stop, the parking lot situation. There will be a lot of large parking lots in the area. Are they? Yeah, they look aligned, okay. That looks not aligned. Need to get this road in place first. What infrastructure? Really? The roundabout? Okay, if I flip you, it works. Good. We're not gonna have a cul-de-sac at the end, it's just gonna merge into the road like this. We'll probably have a footpath coming through here so they can walk over to the parking lots, at least some of them. Mainly those residentials will use those parking lots. And maybe I should have a car seller in the area. Filling them up. No, well, if I put a car seller in here, I would also need to drive vehicles here. I guess buying them is easier. We'll start these up. Right-hand turn, double left-hand turn to get out. Let's maybe rethink that. Do I want this to be a tiny roundabout? I don't think so. If this large intersection doesn't have issues with all of these parking lots, then I think, well, I guess these are 3, 6, 10, 13. These are 9. Plus whatever we build over here. So there would be more parking lots squeezed into this area than we have. Ah, that's interesting. I was afraid the game was about to crash, but it didn't, which is nice. I don't think I can fit a roundabout here, can I? Probably can. At least something resembling a roundabout. Oh, I clicked. Okay. Ah, come on. There we go. Messing everything up. Okay, let's redo this. That is that too long? It is too long. Too long by 1. That'll be the start of this tiny roundabout here. And we'll see how the parking lots behave. If we can make a footpath connection allowing these people to also access this area. We're basically now looking at how to condense our road infrastructure and parking spaces to a point where a lot of people can make use of vehicles. Distribution office should probably drive with a little bit more material. At least 5 trains, thank you. This is set up. We want coal to be stored here. Don't need a warning for that one. That is just the initial dump of the distribution office, but we do need a warning for this storage if this one ever runs empty. So now that we have it and set to coal, we can hook up the last conveyor belt and start our first delivery. Would probably be cheaper to just run vehicles back and forth, especially if we at some point have our own fuel supply. Right now I'm still exporting it to make money, and then re-importing fuel that I need. Yeah. You are delivering steel and mechanical components. We also need to tell our distribution office that it is allowed to move coal as soon as it becomes available. As soon as the connection between the aggregate unloading platform and the storage, the aggregate storage is available, it can start running coal basically. Doesn't need to wait for us. First part of the road has been straightened out. We'll do that one next. Make a nice smooth corner into this one. Just a tiny one. I'm not gonna change everything and redo this part so it hooks up smoothly into here. I think that'll be okay. It might even be possible to not use any bus anymore. Yes, we are transporting a few workers here by bus with our singular one. But I think I can like get rid of that for now. So now we're like 100% bus free. That will also leave more room for people to drive here by car. And once these parking lots are in place and we do have access to there via footpath, it will probably get used. That might be an area for another soccer field. Football field, I mean. This footpath will make, once some of the parking lots are available, to see if the walking distance is acceptable. Okay, the other road has also been redone. Can't get rid of these snapping points right now because the road is completely busy at all times. I think. Okay, we managed those. Can we get that one? Why can't you be removed? I don't know. Why can't you be removed? I don't know. Well, I guess we still have one here. Otherwise the road is completely free of snapping points. Is there like a section that is... No, it's all a one-way road. Otherwise there would be two snapping points. This looks a little bit weird. Might be because of the dirt road, which we can remove now. Coal delivery might be on its way. Yep. We're getting a first coal delivery by train. Cool. Alright, time to plan this thing with a bypass. Should allow vehicles to drive past it, with this one getting a connection over here. Temporary. last one. Then we can remove this whole section. And you might get people entering from this lane. I don't know if you ever have traffic going from yeah, I guess construction traffic might go either direction. I think it's just gonna be a T-junction. So we'll do that. And I'll be able to build all of these road segments except this little thing. So we'll also hook that one up. And then assign the road construction officers to all of this. There we go. Nice and quick road upgrade. I will still get the Mars 305 bus, even though we aren't running any right now. I just want to have it. We need more parking lots. And we also need to save money. The oil refinery is making us money, just we're spending way more than we are making. Don't have any expenditure in foreign manpower anymore. Didn't do any vehicle imports recently, and a tiny fraction of resource imports, mainly for construction purposes. Of course, our people are still importing things to eat, drink, clothe themselves with. We don't intend to produce any of that ourselves. That one is incorrect. That one is correct. And that one is correct too. Now the roundabout is set up correctly. Maybe me removing some of the dirt roads messed things up a little bit. Okay, we have coal in here now. And as the heating plant uses up coal, it should take from here. And this one should always be full. I think I'm just gonna sell all of these vehicles and get rid of the distribution offices now. They have served their purpose and they saved us. But we now have an infrastructure in place that can only fail if we run out of electricity, which is maybe not going to happen. Maybe. But if the electricity fails, then the heating plant can't pump any heat anyway. I'm not using a lot of coal right now. Well, I'll be interested to see how it looks like when these parking lots come online. I will fill them with a bunch of vehicles, and then we'll see. Some of them are unassigned. I don't think people like moving in here because of the criminality that is still in place. I don't know if we could make them happier living here. I always need to pick a car and drive to the shopping center to pick the stuff up, so it's kind of a slog to get there. We could give them a small store, so they have food and meat available locally. But for clothing and going swimming and visiting the cinema, they would need to drive into town. It would cut down on the thing they need to do in their free time. Walking distance. Yeah, not everyone can reach everything, but the whole town is pretty much a ghost town now. Wow, we can barely reach the commercial district. I don't think they can reach any other parking lot, if it's really 2,500 meters. Oh, sorry, that is different direction, right? Because this is a roundabout as well. Going into it is easier than going out of it. So they can reach everything. And all parking lots can also reach them in reverse. 2,498 meters. And they can work in the heating plant if they want to. Population seems to still be decreasing. Might be because of religious sympathy that needs to drop down before they become happy living here. And yeah, crime needs to be resolved. So let's get some police cars. Let's get some Polish ones, I think. Get 4 of these, limit the amount of police to half. And then plan out the, place down the courthouse. And also a prison, because of course. Now prisoners can only be carried around in prison buses. Are these ones allowed? Prison buses? I would say yes, but if we're not allowed to use prison buses, I doubt we can carry them around in personal vehicles. I wonder if I could fit the courthouse in here. If that's 330 meters to the technical service, we would be at 295. So we have about 100 meters from this intersection. It would be too tight, I guess. I'm not gonna risk it. This area up here is also still fine. Plus we can use parking lots here, if it is too far away. I guess we could put a courthouse here and have some parking lots, and they can just drive here and park here. That would be ridiculous. And I kinda like the idea. Have a courthouse here, and then they have to drive from up here to down here to work in the courthouse if it's too far away. There doesn't need to be a lot of people in this. It is going to be expensive again. We'll try. And the prison also needs building. You are stuck because one-way road. Need to change that. I would say that is quite the traffic jam. Let's cancel and restart this road to get rid of it. I thought I had all the one-way road pieces, but there was one missing. Now the prison can be anywhere as long as we can supply it with food, etc. Heating. It doesn't need to be in a residential zone. But it is convenient because you have all the other things in there already. I think I'm just gonna drop it right next to the heating plant and not care. Or maybe behind the police station, which is similar. Have this be the end point of that road, maybe? Why are you not able to build it? Oh, there's stuff. Okay, we can make that work. So, here pretty much. Water and sewage from the heating plant, heat from the heating plant, electricity from down here. Wait, why is there electricity here? What the hell? What's going on? Why is this intersection providing electricity? Is it because it's traffic lights? Does that provide electricity to things? Can you skip out on substations if you have intersections with traffic lights? Wait a minute. There's no electricity in this area except this substation. If I turn this into an intersection with traffic lights, are you kidding me? Is this a replacement for substations? What the hell is going on? Also, why is it providing... Wait, is it like a... Is this drawing electricity from... Yes. So you can transmit electricity through intersections? What's the capacity of this? And why did I never notice that? That's going to be weird and interesting. I don't know what the implications of that are. Like, we don't need substations everywhere anymore. But I don't know what the capacity limit of this is. I guess I can... We do have... This intersection is only hooked up to... here. So it's not hooked up to any building. So the prison would be the first building that would require electricity from it. I don't know if that even will work. I'm a little bit confused right now. I should build the prison more to the right so it can use the electricity from the heating plant. I need to test that with the intersections at some point, but not at the cost of my prisoners. Oh, now you don't have any problems being placed here. We'll make sure that we have the electricity from the heating plant, and then we will not have any problems. I never noticed the... Maybe it's like in reverse, maybe electricity can go from the building to the intersection, but that doesn't make any sense. The courthouse might be the other thing. The courthouse might also be set up in a way where... No, it does probably take electricity from this substation. But what's the deal with this? No, it's set up in a way where it can only take electricity from the junction. So the courthouse is fine to test this with, because no one needs to be in here. We can turn it off if there are issues. But if this gets electricity through the junction, I would like to know what the capacity of this is. Still need these footpaths. These buildings might have an easier time getting to the courthouse. So many loyalty warnings from so few people living in this stupid village. I guess we can see where people are living by the fact that they have the lights turned on. "75% happiness. You're 35, you didn't just move here. You're doing fine. Probably just need a police station to deal with the crime, and then the village might actually be a pretty nice place to live. I think we might just have a murderer on the loose. No serious crime. No crimes reported this year in this area. Some serious crimes in the shopping center and the cinema and this house. But overall pretty fine. Seems okay. We are getting crime reported. Don't have a courthouse yet. But our police officers are on the case and working. And yes, if someone wants to work in this building, they can take a car and park it up here. And some of them are parking here. You are from an old house. You're living here. You're living in probably one of these two flats. Yes. And you decided to take a car, drive up here and work in the police station. So it's working. We can build more residential buildings and use these parking lots to also have them work up here. Also, we are covering the oil refinery, which is good because that's a building with a lot of workers. So getting the crime under control there is probably going to be nice. Anyway, I'm going to take a break now. Thank you very much for watching. This is still very successful, I would say. Let me clean up this intersection before I go. Things are going really well, I think. There's always stuff that could go better, but it is also a place to experiment. And I think in that regard we are doing fairly well. So, pretty happy with how things are going. Get these snapping points removed. That one to move away. And yeah, overall, very happy with things. Come on, we can make it. No, there's another one. The construction office vehicles are pretty quick, but now we managed to remove it. Snapping point over here is gone. Seems like it removed itself somehow. No, it's up there. That's fine. Will probably be a footpath. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream as much as I enjoyed playing it. Looking forward to seeing if we can squeeze more residences down here and actually make this work with the parking lots. Because then this whole area could be expanded. I'm also interested to see if the parking lots all hooked up to the roundabout directly will work, or if there's going to be traffic issues in this area. But we'll see next time. In any case, have a good rest of your Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, and maybe, just maybe, I will see you next time.